Hey guys, it's Landon Blake from Redefined Horizons, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a couple of custom export formats in Trimble Business Center. And so custom export formats are a great way to get data out of TBC and into other programs. So to set up a custom export format, you're going to go to the Home tab on the ribbon, and we're going to click this button here that says Export Format Editor. And so it pulls up this dialog box. We're going to walk through it. It's like a wizard. There's a few steps, okay? So I'm going to delete that guy. It was just junk. So we're going to do a new export format, and I'm going to call it GUIDA CSF for Combined Scale Factor, and I'm going to show you how to get scale factor information out of TBC for when you're working in a map projection. Okay, so after we've named it, we're going to make sure it's highlighted in yellow. Okay, just with a single left click, and we're going to hit the next button. And there's a couple things we want to make sure we do here. Usually my record type is delimited. I like to delimit with a comma. I'm going to change the file extension to CSV. And I'm actually going to make this encoding ASCII instead of Unicode. Just works better in some software like AutoCAD if it's ASCII encoded. Okay, so we'll do that. We'll hit next. And then this is a really important screen here. This is where you build your export format. What you're going to do is you're going to choose your data field here on the left-hand pane, and you'll add it over here in the right-hand pane, and it'll be added in the order of export. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that. So, and there's only one option here right now. It's just point for the data type. So the first thing I want in my export format for combined scale factor information is the point ID. So that's the point number. So you can see when I double click on it, it pops up over here. That's the first column in my export format or in my CSV file. Okay, there's no settings to worry about here. Okay, the next thing I want is my combined scale factor. So I'm going to double click on that. Okay, again, there's no settings here. It's a simple field. Okay. Then I'm going to want my mapping angle. Okay, they call it meridian convergence angle, and there is a setting here that we want to look at. We want to tweak here. This is the units. I don't want decimal degrees. I want degrees, minutes, seconds for my mapping angle. Okay, and then I'm also going to add my elevation. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that the units to that are set to survey feet. And the reason I'm grabbing these items here is this is what's required in California if you're working in state plane coordinates. Okay, you have to show your scale point, your combined scale factor, the mapping angle at that point, and you need to provide the elevation also. Okay, so now that that's done, we're just going to hit finish. If we go to our export button, we're going to have that new format here, GUIDA CSF. It's under the custom tab. Okay, and we can select all the points in the project, and we can go ahead and export those. So I'm going to put them here, and I'm just going to call this CSF. We'll save that, and we'll hit our export button. And then we'll go pop open that file so you guys can see what that looks like. Just double check and make sure that it came out properly. Alright, so here's what this file looks like. You can see here we've got the point number, then it gives us our combined scale factor for each point, the mapping angle in decimal degrees, and the elevation. Okay. Now most of the time you're not going to want that header row, so I can show you how to turn that off. I should have done that. So we'll go back into the export format editor, and we're going to click this, highlight this field, and we'll say next. You just uncheck this include header. Okay, and then you won't get that header row. All right, I'm going to walk you through this one more time. I want to show you how to do another format. So we're going to open the export format editor. We'll do a new format, and I'm going to call this one GUIDA total station data. Okay. So we're going to set one up. So for example, maybe you're trying to get your total station data out into a program like StarNet, or maybe you want to import your total station vectors into a GIS, for example. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing, delimited, comma. I'm going to change this to CSV, make it ASCII. Okay. This time, I'm going to come down. I am going to grab general and add the point ID. Okay, but then I want to just add some of the vector data here. So we're going to go down to total station observation. Okay, and what I'm going to add is the actually, you know what? Let's get rid of this one. So what I want to add here is the from point, the to point. Okay, we want the horizontal. That's actually, I don't want the circle, sorry. We want the horizontal angle, the vertical angle, the horizontal distance, and the vertical distance. Okay, and then we'll say, and it looks like there's only one thing here, but if you click through, you can see the other fields. Okay, so then we'll say finish, and just to test this here, we're going to grab some of this data. Okay, and we'll say export, and we'll grab that field there. Okay, and we'll save a file here. And I'm just going to call it total station data test. Okay, and we'll hit our export button, and we'll see what we got. All right, so you can see all that data has been written out now. Okay. So we've got the point number, the instrument point, the to point or the foresight point. Okay. We've got the horizontal angle, we've got the vertical angle, we got the horizontal distance and the vertical distance. And I noticed here I should have set this to decimal degrees. So let's go do that real quick. We'll clean that up. I didn't check the units when I made that format, when I added that field. So we'll select that in the list here, hit next, next again, and we're going to toggle over and grab this horizontal angle, and we're going to set that to degrees, minutes, seconds. Okay. All right, so hopefully you guys understand now how you can do custom export formats. There's all kinds of data you can get out of TBC, and I appreciate you watching the video.